Hello again, Bill Pfeiffer speaking from Marysville. So very, very good to be with you on the eve of Mother's Day. This is a really nice Happy Mother's Day story, and you got to stick with it because it's a real a real heart toucher. Stick with me if you can, and I'm sure that it'll really be worth your effort. After 21 years of marriage, I discovered a new way of keeping alive the spark of love. A little while ago, I had started to go out with another woman. It was really my wife's idea. I know that you love her, she said one day, taking me by surprise. But I love you, I protested. I know, but you also love her. The other woman that my wife wanted me to visit was my mother, who had been a widow for 19 years, but the demands of my work and 3 children had made it possible to visit her only occasionally. That night, I called to invite her to go out for dinner and a movie. "What's wrong? Are you well?" she asked. My mother is the type of woman who suspects that a late night call or a surprise invitation is a sign of bad news. "I thought that it would be enjoyable to spend some time with you," I responded, "just the two of us." She thought about it for a moment and then said, "I would like that very much." That Friday after work, as I drove over to pick her up, I was a bit nervous. When I arrived at her house, I noticed that she too seemed to be nervous about our date. She waited at the door with her coat on. She had curled her hair and was wearing the dress that she had worn to celebrate her last wedding anniversary. She smiled from a face that was as radiant as an angel's. I told my friends that I was going to go out with my son, and they were so impressed, she said as she got into the car. They can't wait to hear about our meeting. We went to a restaurant that, although not elegant, was very nice and cozy. My mother took my arm as if she were the first lady. After we sat down, I had to read the menu. Her eyes could only read large print. Halfway through the entrees, I lifted my eyes and saw Mom sitting there staring at me. A nostalgic smile was on her lips. "It was I who used to have to read the menu when you were small," she said. "Then it's time that you relax and let me return the favor," I replied. During the dinner, we had an agreeable conversation, nothing extraordinary, but catching up on recent events in each other's lives. We talked so much that we missed the movie. As we arrived at her house later, she said, "I'll go out with you again, but only if you let me invite you." I agreed. "How was your dinner date?" asked my wife when I got home. "Very nice, much more so than I could have imagined," I answered. A few days later, my mother died of a massive heart attack. It happened so suddenly that I didn't have a chance to do anything for her. Sometime later, I received an envelope with a copy of a restaurant receipt from the same place Mother and I had dined. An attached note said, "I paid this bill in advance. I was almost sure that I couldn't be there, but nevertheless, I paid for 2 plates, one for you and one for your wife. You will never know what that night at dinner meant for me. I love you." At that moment, I understood the importance of saying in time, "I love you," and to give our loved ones the time that they deserve. Nothing in life is more important than God and your family. Give them the time that they deserve, because both of these things should never be put off till some other time. Somebody said that if you're a good mother, your child will turn out good. Somebody thinks a child comes with directions and a guarantee. Somebody said it takes about 6 weeks to get back to normal after you've had a baby. Somebody doesn't know that once you're a mother, normal is history. Where have all the mothers gone? We are below less than 2 children in this country for the first time in our society. The Japanese are suffering seriously from a lack of marriages and babies. Where have the baptisms, the babies, the first communions, the confirmations, the church weddings, Sundays, pediatricians, obstetricians? Where have they all gone? The toy stores, they've really disappeared. They used to be there. Now they're some kind of electronic gadgetry kind of things. Know that I love you. You're in my thoughts and prayers. Happiness tomorrow always depends on doing the truth. Good to be with you. Keep me in your prayers. You're always in mine. God bless.